Salutations, citizens of Macaque City. You're listening to Radio Skyline, your place to keep pace with everything in town and beyond. Joining me in the studio today is Myra.
Hello, Myra.
And today, big news in Macaque City. Scandal erupts in City Hall as Mayor Sylvester Blunt is accused of an illegal quid pro quo deal with Dorothy Field's hot dog packaging.
And wouldn't you believe it, both sides of the spectrum think that this is a great chance to get ahead.
Allegedly, Sylvester Blunt contacted the local police department and Dorothy Fields to ask if they would help discover crimes committed by Kevin Stone, the son of Rodney Stone. Rodney Stone is a city legislator who has opposed many of Sylvester Blunt's political initiatives.
And we're gonna get sucked into it.
We are, but that's not all. Mayor Blunt promised that if Dorothy Fields helped investigate Kevin Stone, he'd see to securing them an important subsidy for the company.
And as it turns out, Don Albo and Sabrina Wadford, who are part owners of our company, both wanted to get ahead of the story. So against all reasonable judgment, we're gonna let them hash it out on air, and at the end of the day, probably wind up less informed as a result.
That's correct. We will be dumber at the end of the hour, and Don and Sabrina, you're here with us today. Thanks for joining us in the studio, even though you are in charge, and it was obligatory. It's my pleasure.
I understand, Hugh. Nobody likes this situation except Sabrina, who has both the skin and the demeanor of a vulture.
Apparently, Don doesn't recall what basic civility is, but then I suppose he can handle a few gloveless shots on the chin, considering he has several of them.
I am a perfectly reasonable weight, and this wanton ad hominem is typical of Sabrina's entire political party.
I already hate this.
I understand you guys wanted to talk about the scandal.
Of course we do. Nothing happened, and even if something did happen, it was fine. Shut up.
Something did happen.
Miss
Wadford, I've got this. I was just going to point out, the mayor publicly admitted that he did this thing he's being accused of.
Yeah, but the guy who brought it to the public attention is an asshole.
You don't even know who brought it to the public attention.
Well, if they were part of the mayor's cabinet, there's not any question that they are an incompetent asshole. Also, I just want to point out that these new whistleblower rules are crap. You don't even have to be there to report things.
That's true. But, again, the mayor openly admitted to what is allegedly a crime.
Bam! Gotcha! Radio show over. Great! Let's go home.
Well, if we do that, we just have a ton of dead air.
I'm gonna be trapped in a phone call with my cousin for the rest of the night, possibly the week, as it is.
Well, let's talk about the roots of the scandal. In defense of Don's party, which is using itself as a shield for Mayor Blunt for reasons I don't fully understand.
It's about protecting the brand, Hugh.
Well, in defense of your brand, Mayor Blunt says that he initiated this inquiry because of the suspicious circumstances of Kevin Stone's employment. Kevin is a known drug addict, having written a book about his many drug-fueled exploits in Southern America. He's tried everything from amphetamines to zirconian snake fuel, which is apparently some kind of huffing thing with a petroleum byproduct laced with snake venom. Hugh, I don't want to interrupt your fun backstory, but Kevin Stone's heroic struggle with substance abuse isn't illegal, and it's clearly beside the point of the issue. Plus, Rodney cares very deeply about his family, and talking about Kevin's drug problems makes him very sad. And that makes you a rotten person for bringing it up.
You're a very black kettle, Hugh.
Well, be that as it may, all the employees of Dorothy Fields are Mexican immigrants, and Kevin Stone doesn't speak Spanish. And according to records from the company, he collected a salary of $50,000 a month, but his position of chief executive executor has no official job description.
Ha! Gotcha. See? Mayor Blunt and my party exonerated.
I wish I had the patience to be like you people. I want a job like that.
I know, right? The health benefits were also amazing. It came with dental and vision, and there was no deductible.
We would have to hold a gun to Bob's head to get him to agree to something like that.
Well, way to fall for the mayor's smear campaign, Hugh. Well, so I am not a lawyer.
Obviously.
And nor do I have an education to know what's politically acceptable.
Obviously.
But it seems to me like if Don's brand wants to walk away from the scandal, the ethics of Kevin Stone's employment is one of the things that will really catch the voters' interests. It's not a big deal. Everyone does it. Okay. Well, we're gonna tear into that, but first we gotta go to a commercial.
Get up and get down, Macaque City.
Oh, yeah?
This is Funkadelic Frank from Funkadelic Frank's Used Cars. Your best place to buy an affordable vehicle and get it maintained.
Come on.
Would you trust a plumber with surgery? Would you hire a surgeon to build an airplane? Would you hire a crazy person with a shop full of loose animals to sell you car parts?
What?
Of course not. That would make you crazy by proxy. At Funkadelic Frank's, we've got peripherals, decals, windshield wipers, spare parts, everything you could need more reliably than the hacks at Slick's Hams. No need to special order.
Move
And
it.
lights? Boy, have we got lights! This isn't Funkadelic Frank's for nothing! Put Slick Sam to his rightful pathetic shame with a disco ball in your car, home, or personal computer. And pets, we've got all varieties of colorful fish with inventive tank decorations to wow your families and make them appreciate you didn't turn to a random grifter for your family friend.
Oh, yeah?
We'll even install a fish tank into your glove box with a private heating system so you can have your fishy friend on the go.
Come on.
Funkadelic Franks, we'll paint your car any color, custom job, detail work, and cars ready to sell from the lot at any time. Speakers so loud you can hear them in space! Subwoofers, floor lights, neon trim. We do it all at Funkadelic Franks.
Funkadelic Frank!
Oh god, Sam is directly competing with someone.
Has that ever happened?
I don't think so.
But speaking of things that have happened, Don, why is your party not really attacking this nepotism thing? I mean, I see you've talked about it, but...
Well, you know, I'll take any victory that falls in my lap, no matter how sour, even if it would undermine our democracy. But we're really not hyper-focused on trying to make nepotism look evil.
But why not, though? This is something that people could really understand. Because Don's son is the chief mugwump at one of my companies, and he's pulling in $65,000 a month.
You know...
The chief what? It's not a real position, and he hasn't even been to the office in 3 years.
Great, Sabrina. And how is your daughter's book deal going?
She is a powerful, independent woman writing about the mysteries of the vagina. I wouldn't expect you to understand, Don.
Well, I understand the $5 million advance my company gave her for the book. How many years late is that manuscript?
She is holding down another job as a chief interstellar constabulary at Applebee's to help her get in touch with her inner feminist. It keeps her very busy.
God, I want what you people have. I could do what you do, I know it. I just want it without you people.
The point is, at the end of the day, we don't want to be casting a lot of Kevin Stones at each other. It's more important to focus on who didn't stay within the proper legal loopholes. Okay, so Don, if that's not your main focus for now, what's the Republican strategy?
Well, it's not really a strategy, but for now we're gonna just accuse everyone on the other side of being a spy, or a dick, or whatever. I don't know.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, I don't know legally, but you're not wrong in layman's terms.
Hang on, I don't know if this is really a news update, but we just got a tweet from the CEO of Dorothy Fields, and he says that he was never coerced into anything and didn't agree to anything under coercion.
Damn it!
Whoa! Hey, what happened?
Everyone, watch your language, please.
It's all gone to hell.
You got nothing!
What do you mean they got nothing? I thought Mayor Blunt admitted to this crime, and that you
Mayor Blunt is one of the stupidest men on a public stage today. You cannot take anything he says at face value because he has never, in the history of his career, known what he's talking about. And we can demonstrate that in court.
Why?
But why does a statement from Dorothy
Because
Fields... if they won't admit that they were bribed, then we don't have proof, and now the whole crime has to change for anything to stick. But...
Hugh,
don't...
do you know how crime works?
But everyone was saying that he tweeted...
Imagine you take a bribe from a criminal, and now you're a criminal too, right? Because you're associating with criminals and taking bribes.
Right, but they're still criminals, though.
But if all you had is some third-hand account of a crime, and Dorothy Fields gets nothing out of confessing to taking any bribes, and Kevin Stone is some sort of asshole anyway,
then
we have nothing.
But Mayor Stone is a bad man.
There are
Shouldn't
good people in politics, Hugh.
Don't worry about it, Hugh. The whole impeachment thing was never going to go through anyway.
It wasn't?
Well, no. I mean, Don's party still has too much power in the system, so it never would have worked, but we had you dead to rights up until...
Wait, so what was the point of all this?
Well, I mean, if there was a crime, and we defended the mayor anyway, we would have looked like stupid assholes. But since there is no crime that you can prove, now Sabrina looks stupid.
We had you. We had you by the balls.
So this didn't mean anything in real terms?
It means Sabrina's dumb, and also maybe a really catastrophic precedent for politics in the future, no matter which side you're on. But for now, Sabrina looks dumb.
Okay, well, we need to go to a commercial.
Yo, this is Slick Sam, and you may remember me from my last commercial where I really laid into Funkadelic Frank. Well, after I had a little time to cool down, I realized what I'd done was incredibly silly, and that I don't know the first thing about cars. That's why I'm holding a Sam's Silliness liquidation sale. That's right, we're selling all these car things at less than cost. We got windshield wipers, air fresheners, gas caps, headlights, and about 100 things I don't even know what they do. I dropped a carburetor on the floor and the pieces are everywhere. So if you know how to assemble one of these things, you can just pick up the pieces and walk out the door with them at no charge. I'm not sure what else to do with it, and I feel guilty throwing parts in the garbage. Need a car jack? Well, now's a great time to buy a car jack without the jacked up prices. I got lug nuts that go on something, paint if you know how to use it, and a whole box of steering wheel covers. I'm so ready to let this stuff go, I'll let you name your price for practically all of it. You won't see deals like this in your whole lifetime. And of course, if you don't mind actually paying reasonable prices, we've still got pets and landscaping supplies galore. I just got in some extremely fancy cherry wood fence posts. It's expensive and won't last very long, but it looks pretty, and it'll drive up those property values like you wouldn't believe. That's right, Slick Sam's isn't just a practical shop, it's a short-term investment that builds equity on your home. So come on down to Slick Sam's and make money on everything from your car to your house. And Funkadelic Frank, if you're listening, I'm sorry I put you down, I didn't know what I was saying. Slick Sam's!
Slick Sam's. Well, I guess he's not competing. Man, you really thought we were doing something important today. Didn't it seem like it? Didn't this seem...
Sure, yeah. Someone powerful was gonna be taken down for doing something that looked evil, and I bet it did seem important.
I mean, I thought this was gonna be a landmark for the station. I mean, there was evil involved.
The problem is, you look at these people with all the lawyers and all these connections, the people who write the laws, and they have all this money, and you thought the answer was gonna be something straightforward and easy to understand.
Is that stupid? Should it not be?
I mean, everyone wants to see it that way. The better you understand these people, the more helpless and frustrated you'll come to feel. Believing that all the answers are there at your fingertips is a happy feeling. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be happy, Hugh.
Well, I don't feel happy now.
Well, that's because you feel stupid now. Because you had faith in something that you shouldn't have. And because you are stupid.
Thank you, Myra. I don't know if I needed to hear that, but thanks anyway.
You're welcome. Don't ever do this again.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, and if any of you feel like doing the same stupid thing twice, join us again. Thanks for tuning in to Radio Skyline. Shoot for the skies.